Welcome to Teed Up Sports Podcast, your new go-to pod for sports, entertainment, culture, and humor. Today on Teed Up, we talk NBA news, college basketball, tourney predictions, NFL news, and go in depth on our best bets. I'm Leak and I'm teed up.
All right, we are back. We are here in middle of March. We're going to Cali in 2 days. It's going to be lit, that's for sure. Let's start off with, speaking of Cali, we're going to L.A. Got to talk about L.A.'s team, the Lakers. They've been the talk of the town right now. They've just been on a little roll, even though they lost last night. They beat the Bucks in a 10-point win. Then they beat the Clippers in a 9-point win. However, their show ended last night, losing to the Nets by 2.
Show didn't end, bro.
I mean, the little hot streak that they were having ended. They LeBron missed a game-tying layup, and then they got the ball back on an offensive rebound, and then AD missed the game-winning 3. But let's talk about the Bucks and the Clippers games. Ty, you were talking about how the Lakers were going to win both those games. You predicted that. So what made you think the Lakers were going to win those games, and how did that end up turning out for you?
Listen, man, I definitely was feeling like the Lakers were going to beat the Bucks. They lost to the Bucks that first time. Granted, Giannis was going crazy from 3, but eventually all that nonsense had to stop. LeBron was, a little shy in them the first couple of games he had with the Clippers and the Bucks. And it's the end of the season. Now he hungry. He about to turn on that playoff mode. So that's what happened. You got to see a glimpse of it. Came through. What was it? 37-8-8 against the Bucks. Little monster stat line. Came through the Clippers. Same joint, near triple-double. I think you might have had one, I don't remember, but they got the blueprint for these boys.
Damn. I don't know about the blueprint. So the Lakers-Bucks game, I was at Mohegan Sun. I was at the casino, so I didn't really watch that game completely. I just saw the second half. Well, actually, I saw most of the first half, and then I stopped watching in the second half once I saw the officiating. Just seemed like the Lakers were getting every single call. They called the clear path call on something that was completely BS. And I just started walking away from the TV. I was just like, I'm not going to watch it. It is what it is. Clearly, the Lakers got a little home cooking tonight. I think they had 16 more free throws for the night. So it's whatever. You live with it. But the Clippers and Lakers game, Avery Bradley had 28 points. The Lakers had a pretty good overall game. Their defense was doing good. Marcus Morris on the Clippers was 0 for 9 with 1 point. Kawhi had a bad shooting night from 3. Paul George was getting hot early, but it kind of felt like they stopped using him in the second half. I don't know what Doc Rivers was thinking. They were leaning too much on Montrez, and Montrez had a good night. And Montrez is a good player, but you got to understand, he just can't, win you the game by yourself. You still need Kawhi to show up, Paul George. Morris can have 1 point. So, I don't know. Bucks and Clippers, they both had bad nights, I guess. Giannis had a good night versus the Lakers, but then obviously he hurt himself, and he missed the next 2 games. But regardless, the Lakers, they're getting their shine again because they've been struggling versus good teams all year, but they finally beat the 2 title contenders, which is definitely what they needed to do. But Malik, you think LeBron might get the MVP just because of the narrative. You still think that's true?
Yeah, LeBron's going to win MVP.
Do you think he deserves MVP, though?
Not really, nah.
All right, so let's compare it right now. LeBron's stats, 25.7 points per game, 10.6 assists per game, leads league in assists, 7.8 rebounds, 49.7 field goal percentage, 34.7 3-point percentage, and then his team is 49-13, and then his team is 20-0 when he scores 30. Giannis,
at the age of what, 35?
I mean, I guess, yeah, but
he's 35, bro.
Regardless, Giannis is 29.6 points per game, 5.8 assists per game, 13.7 rebounds per game, 54.7 field goal percentage, 30.6 3-point percentage, and then his team is 53-12. So I think Giannis deserves it 100%. Obviously, Giannis is the favorite for it right now. He's played more. He's just started missing games, but he's clearly the better overall player. As you can see, he averages more points per game. He almost has double the rebounds per game, better field goal percentage, better overall record. And, I mean, you could honestly say Giannis has less help than LeBron. So I don't know. You got to weigh your options. Ty, do you think LeBron is going to win the MVP, or do you think he deserves to win the MVP, or what do you think about that?
Personally, I don't think they're going to give LeBron an MVP still. Like I stated before, he definitely having a good season. He'd be number 2, but I don't think he's going to get MVP. And I don't think he should, because Giannis' numbers are crazy, and his team does have the best record. And those two things right there, it's kind of not like, okay, LeBron's got way better numbers, but Giannis' team is better, or vice versa. It's really just like Giannis has a way better record. They're number one seed in the East. They beat the Lakers once, lost once, whatever. And Giannis has like way better numbers, like more stats. What did he average? Like 30-something, like crazy amount of rebounds from assists. LeBron leads the league in assists and stuff like that. He definitely having a good season, but I can't give him MVP. I don't think he's going to get it. I got Giannis for MVP.
Y'all got to understand, like, the league loves LeBron.
Yeah,
bro. They've been waiting for him to, like, have a season like this. I mean, they do, but not as much as LeBron. Bro.
Nowhere near as much as LeBron.
Yeah, they've been waiting for LeBron to have, like, a season like this so he can even be close to winning another MVP. Yeah, that's why I think he's going to win, bro. Like, I
mean, if he wins it, I'll be happy, you feel me? I'm not one to complain. I just don't think he's going to win it.
And they don't, I feel like they don't want to give back-to-back MVPs to Giannis, even though he deserves it, like I said. But I don't know. They just don't like giving back-to-back MVPs.
The media is all over LeBron, especially, what's his name?
Who?
Shannon Sharp. Oh my god,
Shannon Sharp.
I like Shannon Sharp, but like it's getting to a point where like you look like a cheerleader.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Enough is enough. You got to relax. Like you got to give other teams credit. Sometimes you got to talk about anybody except LeBron. Here at Teed Up, you will know that I will personally never give anybody enough credit. I will always be a hater if need be.
Especially LeBron.
I just look. If anybody's overrated, I'm going to hate on them. If somebody's underrated, I'm going to give them love. That's how it works. I need everything at equal balance. And right now, LeBron is way overrated, and Giannis is still underrated. So
how is Giannis underrated, bro?
Nobody talks about Giannis. He's the MVP favorite, and people treat him like dirt. So
because look who he's going up against.
LeBron is definitely not overrated. Nor is Giannis underrated. That's
LeBron is one of the biggest stat padders in the league. Constantly stat padding. Lost to the Nets last night. Missed a game winner last night.
Lost to the Nets last night.
1-2 versus the Clippers, and yet Lakers fans.
To the Nets, bro.
It doesn't matter. All right, so if they lost to the Nets and that doesn't matter, then why does it matter that they beat the Clippers? Think about that.
Because that's a playoff team. They're probably going to.
But they're 1-2. But they're 1-2 versus the Clippers.
That game means nothing.
They lost to the Clippers twice already, and when they lost to the Clippers, that game didn't mean anything either. So it's picking and choosing. See, it's all
the first one didn't mean nothing. The first one didn't mean nothing. The second one, they lost that showed Clippers were the better team.
That thing was looking a little whoa.
I mean,
second game showed Clippers were the better team to me at least.
With LeBron, there's always excuses, always a narrative, always this and that. At the end of the day, a guy like Giannis, a guy like Kawhi, a guy like Harden, Curry, there is no excuses. They either get the job done or they don't.
I mean, Giannis,
with
he'll
LeBron,
get these excuses.
Always this and that.
He'll get these excuses if he does this as much as
so
LeBron
you have to
did.
Earn LeBron didn't really earn excuses. I mean, he lost six times.
He's earned everyone to talk about him the way that we talk about. He's earned that, bro. The way that everyone talks about LeBron, he's earned that shit. He didn't like.
Bro, I'm not gonna get into
like
a whole LeBron debate.
If Giannis does this 10 years in a row, if he's still like this 10 years from now, everyone's gonna be giving Giannis excuses. But if he doesn't do it,
no. The thing is, LeBron, even when he has down years, he gets excuses. What's a down year for you? Like, name what year? He missed the playoffs last year with the Lakers. Oh, he got hurt.
He got hurt.
And then he came back, and they were like a couple games out of the 8 seed, and they lost to the Suns and the Grizzlies and god-awful teams, and they missed the playoffs. They were 2 games back of the 8 seed with like 25 games to play.
How many games did LeBron play last season? 60? Todd, do you know?
50? 60?
There's no way he played 60.
Bro.
I think he played like 50-something, maybe like...
I'll check it right now. I don't even want to have the LeBron debate.
Between 50 to 60. He was out for at least 20 games. They were 4th seed before LeBron got injured.
Exactly.
And then he came back, and they were like 1 or 2 behind the 2nd seed, and they didn't even do it. Or the 8th seed, I mean. And he lost to the Suns, the Grizzlies.
He played 55 games last season.
Okay, and he came back with like 25 games to play. He also sat out the last 15 games of the season. You don't remember that? Bro. Exactly, so he only missed like a week. And they act like he missed the playoffs, bro. There's nobody who gets more excuses.
It was
nobody,
bro. He had no one.
Nobody who gets. Yeah, he has no one. I mean, meanwhile, the Pelicans have that same fucking team, and they're fighting for the 8th seed right now without LeBron. So it makes no sense.
Zion Williamson, bro. What the fuck? If LeBron had Zion,
Brandon Ingram's averaging 20. Brandon Ingram's an all-star.
Exactly.
LeBron had an all-star.
Brandon Ingram was playing like that last season.
He was. He just didn't get the ball. He didn't get the ball.
He was not.
Bro,
and when he did get the ball, it was Brick City.
LeBron tried to turn him LeBron tried to turn him to a spot-up shooter.
He was like that before LeBron got there.
He's a player.
He was like that before LeBron got there.
He has his own identity, bro. LeBron tries to turn everybody into a spot-up. He turned Avery Bradley to a three-point shooter, bro. Avery Bradley does not shoot threes.
Brandon Ingram was bad every year of his career before this year.
can't because look at the
Every year his
excuses.
career.
Look, you're talking about Brandon Ingram's career to defend LeBron. I'm like, enough.
Bro, you
enough
just
is
said
enough.
LeBron turned him into like
LeBron. If LeBron is the GOAT, the greatest of all time,
Bro.
right? The greatest player to ever do it of all time ever.
My buddy.
You have to talk shit about Brandon Ingram to defend LeBron. Seriously?
You brought up Brandon Ingram.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Am I bugging?
What?
He said LeBron tried turning Brandon Ingram to something he's not. Was he not as before LeBron got there?
His rookie year was bad. I wonder why he was asked.
He was asked.
I wonder why. He weighs the exact same right now. He does the same exact moves.
It was the Lakers.
Okay. Yeah.
He
was there 3 years before the Lakers. You act like he got there the year before Lakers and LeBron came in.
LeBron definitely, if anything, only makes his teammates better. He's leading the league in assists for a reason.
How you on a team 3 years before LeBron gets there? Then when LeBron gets there, it's his fault that he's ass. Like, bro, no, he was just ass. That team wasn't.
We're gonna move on because look,
LeBron's just the GOAT.
There's
bro.
so many excuses flying out. At the end of the day, he missed the playoffs.
That's true.
Right? At the first year in the West, all right, now he's having a much better year. Granted, he has better teammates. Sure, he has AD. You know what I mean? But then you look back in his career, he lost unexcusable losses in the finals. Right? The Mavs loss is one of the worst final losses in recorded human history, as far as I know. Right, 9 points in the so that's one of the worst final losses in recorded human history in the NBA.
You can't bring up
Nobody talks about that. The Warriors are definitely valid. You can't just because they're a good team. You're the greatest player of all time. It's a team, greatest player of all time versus a team. I would pick the greatest player of all time if he was actually the greatest player of all time.
I would take the greatest team of all time over the greatest player.
That wasn't
Jordan.
That's the greatest team of all
was going to
time.
beat that Warriors team with KD,
this
Curry,
Clippers team
Clay,
right now.
Draymond,
This Clippers team right now could put up a fight against that Warriors team.
So he was going to win. He was going to win the series.
Exactly, but look how deep the Clippers team is.
The actual greatest player of all time, like the actual one,
was going to beat one of the greatest.
Could have at least put up a fight or whatever.
He's going to win the series.
Only one player, the one where he got swept or friendly sweep. I don't remember which one. He had no chance. But at the end of the day, that's his own fault.
That one with Deladova and them boys, right?
No, the second year he had no chance.
We gotta move on, bro.
He was not winning that one.
The second year he had no chance when he had like a whole bunch of straight
best team was Deladova.
No, I'm talking. Oh, I thought you were talking about the year before when he still had.
That's because of injuries,
Kyrie.
which is whatever.
You're talking about the 50-point. The year he had the 50-point game one, and JR didn't know the score.
They were gonna lose that series regardless.
Yeah, they were gonna.
So it doesn't matter.
They were gonna lose. Period.
Yeah.
Probably. Who would have changed that?
Exactly.
The greatest player of all time. Probably.
Bro, how's he gonna change
Even
that?
if you swap LeBron with Jordan, it could have actually just got worse. It might not even got better.
We're not even gonna entertain this. So let's talk about the Nets and Warriors game tomorrow. It is not going to have fans, or I think they said they're going to have only 1,000 people on each side, just like executives and stuff.
A whole bunch of sneakers.
Due to coronavirus. So I'm not going to talk about coronavirus. It's not a political podcast. I mean, not that coronavirus is political, but you know what I mean. We're not going to give thoughts and opinion. We're not Fox News. We're not CNN. So it sucks that they're not going to have any fans watching. It's going to be interesting to see how the game plays out.
Anyway.
Probably not. But actually, I might watch it just to see how the game is without fans.
I'm definitely going to watch that game on the stream or something just to see how they really play it. They play with no one in the stands. That's going to be crazy to me.
It's going to be mad quiet. Nothing but announcers.
That's actually a little concerning because, that was in San Francisco. I hope the Clippers don't do the same because if that's the case, we can't go to no games.
Staples Center will definitely not do that. Too much money to be made. And also, I hope that they're considering this with some March Madness. So the Ivy League sub tournaments, college basketball is like the little sub tournaments to get into March Madness. They canceled the Ivy League sub tournament and just gave it to Yale because Yale was the number 1 seed at the time, which is also very messed up because there's guys who want to play in the NBA or something like that, or want to continue their collegiate career or basketball career, and they don't have the opportunity to show off their skills in the biggest moment, in the tournament because of a virus. So I don't know. I think sports should just kind of deal with it, or at least play the games without fans. I'd rather at least have them play the games without the fans there because sports got to continue. You know what I mean? We can't be that scared of a virus. But regardless, let's talk about our college basketball tournament predictions. Big 12, I got Kansas. Malik, I think everyone in this podcast got Kansas. The Jayhawks probably will win this tournament. Even if they don't, they're still going to get in March Madness, but they probably will win this tournament. SEC, I got Kentucky winning this tournament. Ty, you think the Gators could pull off the SEC tournament out? Maybe sneak into the I think they're going to be in March Madness regardless, but you think they could beat Kentucky for SEC title?
I don't think the Gators can beat Kentucky.
All right, that's fair enough. ACC, Malik, you got Duke winning that?
Yeah, Duke is crazy, man. What's his name?
Trey
Bro,
Jones.
what's going on with Trey Jones?
What?
He was not like that with Zion and them boys.
He was not. No, he's a lot better now. He's the number one option now. I mean, you got to understand. He was playing with 3 NBA players.
Yeah, he was playing with 3 NBA players.
Type shit.
And I don't even think Trey Jones himself is an NBA player. Granted, he's gonna get drafted.
You don't think so?
I just don't think he's gonna be good in the NBA. He does so much. Like, bro, he's little. He's a little man. You know what I mean? Not to be disrespectful. He's a good player, but NBA is different ball game. I personally think ACC tournament is gonna go to UVA. Shout out UVA, one of my favorite teams in college basketball right now. Or Louisville. Louisville's pretty
UVA,
good.
What's his name on?
Kihei?
Nah, I was thinking of someone else.
Miles Powell?
Yeah.
Nah, Miles Powell's on Seton Hall. See, they play tomorrow. You got that in your best bet.
That's a fact.
And then Big Ten, I think Michigan State or Michigan can win this tournament. Michigan is kind of underrated in this tournament because they're a lower seed, but they've beaten Michigan State before, and they had a decent fight against Maryland recently. They lost because they just stopped making shots for like 7 minutes, which is too long. But they beat Michigan State before, so I feel like people are not giving Michigan a fair chance in this tournament, even though they are one of the best teams in the country, in my opinion. But Michigan State is a powerhouse right now, so it'll be interesting to see that. NFL news. Josh Norman to the Bills. Is that Bills defense scary?
They were good without him. He didn't add anything to that. He sucks.
No? Really?
Yeah, Josh Norman's beat, bro.
You gotta understand, he was on the Redskins, like, he wasn't really getting, like, a fair chance to do
he
stuff.
Was trying, though. Josh Norman's beat. I
He's
feel like he
just
should have
too old.
stayed on the Panthers. He had a good... Oh, he's back with the defensive coordinator, though.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe. I mean, we'll see, but I kind of don't like him.
Ty, I feel like Ty likes Josh Norman. What do you think about Josh Norman to the Bills? You feel like that helps that defense out or not really?
They were nice without him.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I was about to say they were pretty good even without Josh Norman. So I guess any addition helps them out.
Word.
Nice little Bills team. They got some promise. Not nothing drastic. Like they're not going to become like a super team, all this like super crazy good team now because of that. So I don't really care much about the move.
Yeah.
I think Josh Norman actually helped because they have that other dude. I'm trying to think his name off the top of my head.
Trey, whatever.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
So them two.
Could be a good duo.
It's a pretty good duo, yeah. I feel like Josh Norman is still underrated because he was on the Redskins. Like, there was games. He's on the Redskins. Like, you got to understand, the Redskins are the worst organization in sports. Like, the single
That's
worst.
cap.
Yeah. Who's worse?
The Knicks.
No, they're not, dude.
The
they're
Knicks
not.
are worse than the Redskins,
No, they're
bro.
not, dude. The Knicks sell out every single game.
Redskins had
There's so many
RG3.
Knicks fans across the world. So the RG3, and look at where RG3 is like not even a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, but RG3 was he brought life to that team.
He was cool for like a week. Dude.
Who's the best? Oh, y'all had Melo. Word.
We had Melo. We made the playoffs. We had Tyson Chandler and Mari Stoudemire. Like, we have a
Tyson Chandler,
championship under our
bro.
belt. Like, come on, bro.
Nah,
it's cool to hate on the Knicks. I get it. The Knicks aren't even the worst organization in the NBA. Dude. The Hornets are. The Hornets are a better organization than the Knicks.
Bro, Michael Jordan owns the Hornets.
The Hornets are a better organization than the Knicks.
Michael Jordan owns it. He owns the
And Michael Jordan's a horrible owner.
I mean, it's Michael Jordan, the greatest basketball player of all
The
time.
Knicks aren't even like the worst organization in the East.
Oh,
The Wizards. The Wizards are terrible.
The
The
worst
Cavs.
organization in basketball. It's not even just about their play. It's about like the front office, like as an organization as a whole. Like the people
They
leading them,
do
like,
dumb stuff, but the only reason it gets publicity is because it's the
stuff to
Knicks.
the fans.
word. That is kind of true.
The only reason that stuff gets publicity is because it's the Knicks. The Knicks are a Lakers-esque organization. They just don't have like good team. They just don't have a good team.
I don't know about Lakers. Maybe like
They
Celtics.
don't win. It's been like mad years. They don't win.
Yeah, the
They
teams
don't attract
suck.
anybody.
I'm
No
talking
one
about
wants to
the
go there.
organization.
He's talking about the
bro.
organization, not the team. I don't know about
The
Lakers.
games
Maybe
sell
Celtics.
out like every single
I mean, yeah,
year.
games sell out because of the place they're in. But if they were
Exactly,
anywhere
that's a
else, the games
good
wouldn't sell out.
organization.
New York
Exactly.
has a good market itself,
The
but the organization is not good.
The organization is good. That's why the games sell out.
Even though they're
You
so
gotta-
bad. Yeah.
If the team is garbage, like bottom of the barrel garbage every single year, yet there's still millions of fans.
That is
the
kind of
jerseys
crazy,
still
yeah.
sell. People still show support. People still watch the games. People still care about the team. That's a good organization. Meanwhile, teams like the Wizards, I bet you if the Wizards were eradicated from the universe, nobody would even care. You know what I mean? The Cavs, I mean, granted they had LeBron, but if you take that away, the Cavs are no one even cares about the Cavs. The Bulls are in a worse position than the Knicks right now. The Bulls are god awful. Their coach is horrible. Their front office is horrible. Like, I get it's fun to hate on the Knicks, but like as a free agent of the NBA,
you can't really hate on the Knicks that much because I'm not even a Knicks fan right now. I suspended my fandom for a little bit. But
He's
because
like
of Spike Lee
Spike
scenario.
Lee, yeah, that was insane.
It has people suspending their fandom.
That's just me because of the Spike Lee scenario. That's just because of the Spike Lee scenario.
Your fandom, Max, explain.
Why did I? Because of Spike Lee. They disrespected Spike Lee. And Spike Lee is the biggest Knicks fan, so if they do that to him, imagine what they would do to me as a regular fan.
They do that to him. Imagine what they do to the top.
The Wizards, the Bulls, the Cavs, etc. The Hornets don't even have a super fan. Like they don't have an actual fan.
The Bulls have had the Cavs have gotten a ring recently.
They don't have a.
Bro, the Cavs don't have a super fan.
They don't have like
famous celebrities don't go to Cavs games for them to even have that problem. The Cavs don't even have a security entrance.
It's just based on location. They're in Cleveland.
It's in New York.
So what?
I mean, New York.
Cleveland. That doesn't make them a bad organization.
Yeah, bro. They're just yes. That's being. I mean, the city is a part of the organization. Like that's just how it is.
In Florida, people will go to the games. More people go to the games. It's a place. It's a high traffic place to be. There's more people over in Florida than there is in Cleveland. Period.
But if it was the Cleveland Heat would be probably still doing good games and stuff because guess what? The Heat as an organization. They do things the right way. They have good media managers. They have good players. They have good coaches. They have good front office. The Knicks have they're still good with their fans. That's why people still support the Knicks even though they're horrible. They just don't have a good team. That's it. Like they still get good coaches. Granted, the only bad coach we had recently was David Fizdale. The coaches are fine. We still have decent front office. The only person that really sucks is the president. It's just that our players we just have bad teams. That's it. That's really all it comes down to. President sucks, but I mean, we still have good front office. You know what I mean? Nobody's still good.
Back to the Redskins. Josh Norman's not overrated, bro, or underrated.
I feel like people are disrespecting him because he's on the Redskins, and the Redskins don't give everyone who think about a good player on the Redskins, right?
Yeah,
you can't.
Nah.
So they have good players on that team. Landon Collins was the best safety in the NFL. He went to the Redskins. You don't even hear about him anymore. The Redskins just just kill careers. They pay people and kill careers. Half the team doesn't even want to play for the Redskins.
Sean Taylor sucked when he was on there.
All I'm saying is Sean Taylor, bro, the most famous Redskin, maybe the only Redskin you could think of ever. You know what I mean? Bro, I think of Terrell Pryor.
We'll see. We'll see. Josh.
Yeah, we'll
Norman.
See. I'm rooting for Josh Norman. I like Josh Norman. You know what I mean? I don't hate him.
Josh K.
Wow, that's Josh. All right, Ty, your boy Dak declined $30 million from the Cowboys. Said he wants $40.
Yeah, you gotta talk.
Your son is acting. He's acting up. You know what's going on with that? Are you upset with him?
As a person, if it was me, I'd do the same thing. But
you would turn down $30 million.
You would turn down $30 million as Dak
for $10 more million.
Yeah, because he gonna get it. You gotta realize that as an athlete,
he might not.
He gonna get that bread regardless.
Nah, Ty. To be honest,
not from the Cowboys.
To be honest, he really might not get it. You know they gotta pay Amari Cooper, Byron Jones.
Van Der Esch soon.
Even if he doesn't get that 40, he's gonna get the money from somewhere. Regardless, he's gonna get the money. And if he gets a worse contract, then let's say it happened to be worse than $30 million, it wouldn't be that big of a difference.
He really might not get that contract. He'll get $30 million anywhere else. But
he's getting franchise tag.
Crazy.
Whether he takes it or not, he's getting franchise tag. But I think that was a good decision from the Cowboys. Bro, you want $40 million? Go win us a Super Bowl. Go get us a playoff win first.
I bet you if the Cowboys offer $40 million to Tom Brady, he might fuck around and say yes. So Dak is not in a position to be asking for stuff.
Yeah, right.
Because the Cowboys could call Drew Brees.
I don't agree with him doing that.
You said
what?
I
know from if I was him, I could see why he did it.
Yeah.
But if I was the owner of the team, I definitely wouldn't pay him that.
Exactly. I mean, why? I don't know what's going on in his head.
I would take $30 million on a heartbeat. If I was Dak, I would take $30 million on a heartbeat. And you're the face of the Cowboys. You're gonna get endorsements for the rest of your life. You got a super team for the most part. I mean, granted, they don't win, but they're a super team. They just I would just take that and just chill for the rest of my life.
Where does he think? Who does he think is gonna give him that 40? The Dolphins? He thinks
no.
Even if they give it to him, look what you got. You downgraded for $10 million. For $10 million, you went from the Cowboys to the Dolphins, bro.
Or the Bucks. But
the Bucks is Cowboys still better than the Bucks.
Yeah, I would love to, if I was a quarterback, I would love to play for the Cowboys.
That's what I'm saying.
Because you would get money for the rest of your life, and it's like the most famous team in the NFL.
And it's never as of recently, it's never the worst team in the league. They're always middle of the pack.
Decent.
They're always
they're always underperforming. If anything, they're always great.
They always start
suck.
off amazing, then they
So-
just underperform. So like, he's bugging, but hey, I guess he knows what he's doing.
Good luck to Dak on his
Yeah.
$10 million quest. If you make $30 million, you could make $10 million in a second, in 1 second, literally. You just flip a stock or something, 10 mil. Regardless, Gronk is is expected to join the WWE per sources, not our sources, so we're seeing online. What do you guys think Gronk's career would be as a WWE player?
I don't know. I just find it hilarious.
Yep.
He's gonna be like straight comedy.
You said dumb tie?
Yeah, I don't like why is he going to WWE? Like he's gonna just feature there, or he's actually gonna be in the WWE?
He'd wrestle.
He would
he'd be
actually
like
wrestle,
fighting
yeah.
the Big Show and Big Ball.
Not the,
Like every week he'll be on like Monday Night Raw
that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, I don't really.
SmackDown. Him versus like
or SmackDown. Yeah.
him versus Undertaker.
I don't. That's a dumb move. Like we don't want to see Gronk wrestling.
I kind of do.
I kinda do.
I kind
Speak for yourself. I kinda do.
It's funny to me, and I think he's gonna like.
Funny thing, yeah.
That's what I think he's doing it for. I don't think he really like wants to like. I mean, maybe he does, but it's
Hey,
Gronk.
he's featuring for like coming through, gonna do a fight and feature. That's cool. Like people do that. But if he's about to really be one of those dudes, beat her every week, like really be a wrestler, that's just weird.
That's just weird.
I mean, Ronda Rousey did that, and people were killing Ronda Rousey for that.
well, yeah, that's
But
because she did that after she got knocked the fuck out.
Yeah, she chose a bad time to do it, but she's still making good money off of it, and she's actually like a big star in the. I don't remember like which segment of WWE she's in. I think she's in SmackDown or something.
Bro, she got knocked out so bad she went to the WWE.
But
That's
like
hilarious.
you gotta understand, WWE is not for us. It's for like little kids or like you know what I mean,
Word.
like down south more, and like they like the WWE makes good money.
No, they
So
do,
that's like
definitely.
that's what Gronk wants to do. Like I feel like Gronk would love the WWE.
He would. I
He's
know
a
he would
bad
love it,
actor
yeah.
though. I mean, I remember him
Horrible,
acting
yeah.
like he got a flag. You know what I mean? Like acting like
Yeah. This dude's
his
horrible.
pass interference acting was terrible. So I hope maybe they help give him some tips for that. But
Classes.
it'll be interesting to see how Gronk does in the WWE. Let's get into our best bets. We have a ton of best bets because it is that
Sheesh, I
time
didn't
of
even
year.
know
It's
I had
March
that much.
Madness. It's March Madness, baby. So there's bets everywhere. Malik got hockey. I don't know where he got that from, but he's got hockey.
Yes, sir.
March Madness best bets. Here we go. I'm gonna start. Do a quick record recap. Jarny's 24-29. He's not on the show today. He's not taking no bets. I'm 77-57, which is very good. Malik is 78-59, which is also very good. And then Ty's 47-22, which is incredible. Let's start off. I'll go first. I'll give out some of my bets for today. I'll start off with UNC -3. They play Syracuse. I slept on UNC yesterday. I should have took them, but they were playing. I don't even remember. They were playing Virginia Tech. I didn't do it. Whatever. Shame on me. But today they play Syracuse. Look, if UNC wants to make it into the tournament, they have to make an insane run here. They absolutely know that. And UNC is one of the most underrated teams in the country. They had Cole Anthony missing for some time. Baycott was missing. They were missing Brooks at times. They're all fully healthy, so you got to just ignore their record. They're a better team than Syracuse. Syracuse has Joe Girard. He's a good three-point shooter. He's kind of cool, but at the end of the day, it's still Syracuse. I don't think they're going to make that much noise. UNC has the player matchup here that's better. They have a better big man, way better point guard, way better coach. -3, it's a pretty cheap line. I don't think Syracuse is a better overall team by any means. And UNC is just a way better overall program. They played yesterday, so they're on a back-to-back, which to me helps in college, especially in these tournaments, because I feel like it's a rest versus rust kind of thing. I want to see UNC playing consistently just so they get in a little groove. And you got to remember, in the beginning of the season, when UNC was playing in the tournament that I think was in Hawaii or something like that, they were beating Oregon. They put up a fight against Michigan. They were playing against good teams when they were fully healthy. And this is a very similar tournament style. There's no home court advantage for either team. So I like UNC -3. I feel like they'll definitely win tonight. Probably win by 12 or something like that. I don't think it's going to be a blowout, but they're definitely the better team. I also like Georgia +3 over Mississippi State. Georgia was -6.5 versus Mississippi State earlier in the year, and this line is now +3. So Georgia's just been on a little trail down, but they still have the best player in college basketball, which is Anthony Edwards. And I feel like in a tournament like this, you could never doubt the best player in college basketball. Mississippi State is a pretty cool team, but they rely a lot on three-point shooting. So as long as they're not hitting 50% from three, Georgia +3 should cover, maybe even win outright. So I'll take that. Pelicans -1.5. They're playing the Kings tonight. Everybody on this podcast has the Pelicans tonight. It's probably a trap. Buddy Hield might have a good game or something, but the Kings are in disarray. Luke Walton is getting talked about being fired. It's just a bad situation. This game's on ESPN. You're going to see the Zion show. You're going to see Lonzo having a good game. It's going to be a lot of fun for the Pelicans, and I don't know if the Kings even playing basketball at this point. It's just not good for them. The Bucks, I'll take the Bucks tomorrow. I don't really care what the spread is. Maybe if it's like -7 or better. As long as Giannis and Middleton play, I don't know what the issue is. If Giannis is on a minute restriction or something, I probably won't take it. But just use caution. If Giannis is playing full minutes, Middleton's playing full minutes, I'll definitely take the Bucks over the Celtics because they kind of need to bounce back. They're on 3 straight losses, but if they're just gonna say screw it, we don't really care about this game, which is possible. I'm gonna avoid that. I'm taking the Rockets +7 tomorrow versus the Lakers. This is one of the most disrespectful lines of the year. This happened, I think, a month ago when the Rockets were playing the Lakers, and the Rockets were +6.5. This is when the Rockets introduced a small ball lineup. Everyone thought AD was going to have like 70 points, and the Lakers were going to cruise to a win. It's just not how it is. The Rockets are a really good three-point shooting team. The Rockets also been on a little struggle themselves recently, so this is definitely a get-right game for them. And the Lakers, all the hype is on the Lakers right now. This is the time to fade them and just completely avoid the hype. Tomorrow for college, we also got a couple more games.
You gonna fade Lakers? We're gonna go to Cali.
Bro, I don't care if I'm going to Cali. I'll go to the game and fade them. I'll be rooting for the Nets at the game. Tomorrow for college basketball, I got Michigan -2.5 over Rutgers. Rutgers is a bad program, and they're only good at home. That's just something that I've been peeping about college basketball. Michigan, they're a really good three-point shooting team. They just had some bad three-point shooting games recently, but at the end of the day, you still got to back this team. Like I said, they're one of the most slept-on teams in the tournament. They already beat Michigan State. They had a couple good games versus Maryland. They've beaten Rutgers before, twice, I believe, this season. So -2.5 versus Rutgers on a neutral site. I love that. And as long as they hit their threes, man, they'll be fine. They just can't shoot 20% from three. That's what they've been doing recently, and I think that's going to improve since they're one of the best three-point shooting teams in college basketball. I'm taking Providence money line. Go Freers. They will win this game. They've been playing some of the best basketball in all of college recently. Like, they're really one of the most slept-on teams right now. They're one of the best Big East teams. Butler's a cool team, but again, they're one of those teams that needs to play at home. And on the neutral site, I don't know if they're going to be making any noise. All they really do, Butler, is they just kind of like drive to the rim on smaller teams. But Providence has a lot of good bigs, and their guards are really, really athletic. So I think it's kind of like a matchup issue. I feel like everyone's going to take Butler here, but Providence is playing their best basketball right now. They've been spanking ranked teams. Everyone's been performing on their team. Their guard play is insane, and their bigs have just been showing up. So don't sleep on Providence. They're going to make a little run in this tournament. Ohio State -1.5. They're playing Purdue. Me and Malik know the vibe. Purdue is not winning anything. Ohio State is a way better team. This line is very disrespectful. I don't even like Ohio State, but they're definitely the way better team here. And then Seton Hall -2.5. I'm running out of breath giving all these locks, but I mean, hey, somebody's got to do it. Seton Hall versus Marquette. Marquette is nowhere near Seton Hall. This is one of the easier bets in college basketball. Seton Hall is just a way, way better team. Miles Powell is a bucket. That man, he is Vavakli or whatever. He's the white dude. He's foreign. He's just an insane. Like, Seton Hall is just a way, way better team right now. They're 8th ranked in the nation. So for Marquette to think they could come in here and win this game, really almost no chance. So Seton Hall -2.5. I love, love, love that bet. Malik, I'm out of breath, bro. What do you got?
I got Heat -10.5. Heat, they never let me down before. I've never lost a bet with the Heat on this podcast.
Me
never.
too.
So why stop now? So I got Pelicans -1.5. I got
Except
Providence. What happened?
Except the Nets.
Well, no, I didn't bet that.
Well, I know I did.
Yeah.
Being tied.
I got the Providence money line. I got Ohio State -1.5. Gotta rep Ohio. Seton Hall -2.5.
Go Miles Powell.
Yep, that's a fact. And for my hockey fans, hold on, I'm thinking of another one. I'm thinking of one more. I got the Blues -200 against the Ducks. Bro, David Perron is a beast, bro. 25 goals, 35 assists, 60 points. This dude's crazy. I got the Penguins -145. They play tomorrow though. I think. Yeah. They play the Blue Jackets. Penguins, I mean, they won a ring 2 years ago?
Yeah.
So I mean, they gotta be good still, right? You know.
The Blue Jackets suck.
Yeah, Blue Jackets, they're deep, so I'm not worried about them. And I'm gonna take the Flyers over the Lightning. Actually, nah.
That's scary.
Yeah.
That's scary. I don't even know hockey, but I know that's scary.
Nah, all right. So I'm chilling with those two hockey bets. You know, I'm gonna do some more research on hockey, then I'll come to you with some real hockey bets. And then I'm gonna take Rockets +7 against the Lakers. I was gonna take Lakers at first, but once I saw the spread was 7, you gotta fade the Lakers at that point.
Exactly.
What you got, Ty?
I'm definitely gonna have to take Pelicans tonight. -2 against the Kings. Pelicans are on a slide. They need this dub. I don't know if they still have playoff aspirations, but I definitely see them beating the Pelicans. And if they do have playoff aspirations, the Kings do as well. I believe they're like one seed in between each other. So it's kind of a must-win game for both of them. I personally think the Pelicans are going to take that one out. And I actually want Rockets plus 7 too. The line actually just moved to plus 6.5 already. I don't know what that's about, but definitely taking plus 7. Like they played the Lakers last time. They won the game outright. Ever since they switched to the small ball, so I think Rockets plus 7 is definitely a good bet. I definitely got the Lakers winning this game, but I don't see them club stomping the Rockets.
That's all you got? You don't got no college? Come on, Ty.
Oh, let me get Seton Hall too.
There we go. He that boy likes Miles Powell. All right.
Miles Powell's a beast, man.
Yeah, I could have a whole podcast just about Miles Powell. Man, it's insane. You actually did very bad versus Creighton recently, which is unacceptable as somebody who bet Seton Hall versus Creighton. But you know, it is what it is. I'm gonna give my boy another chance. Thank you guys as always for listening. Be sure to follow us on social media at TU Sports Pod on Instagram and on Twitter. That I repeat, that is TU Sports Pod. We've been posting some fire content on there. And you guys could also follow us, subscribe to us, whatever you leave us 5 stars wherever you get your podcasts. We're on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Podbean, etc., etc. Please just search up Teed Up Sports Podcast, and we will be there. And yeah, that's all we got for you guys today. We'll be back next week in California, Los Angeles. Might even rent out a studio there. I don't know. We'll see how we'll see how we're feeling out there. But thank you guys as always for listening. I'm rocking them out.
I'm leaking them out.
We're everywhere and we're anywhere. I'm tying them out.